Zach took a walk in the middle of the night. Zach had to go, something was not right. Zach did not tell anybody he'd be gone, but somebody or something was watching on. Zach's walk. Zach's walk. Zach got out of his bed sometime around 2. Significant, cause that's his age, height, and shoe size too. Still remains a mystery exactly what happened. This open-ended inquiry may be the final wrap on Zach's walk. Where was he going? Zach's walk. Have no way of knowing. Zach's walk. Change is coming soon when the earth goes heat. The sky boom, boom. Zach's walk. Everybody, let me hear you whisper. Zach's walk. Zach's walk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zach's walk. It was a 2-foot drop from his crib to the floor. 2 flights of stairs, 2 gates, what's more. 2 loving parents sleeping as 2 doors open. One leading in, the other one leaning out on Zach's walk. Zach, he must have heard a voice in the air, and the voice said, nobody knows, no one was there, but it was strong. But it was strong, pulled him barefoot down a mile of open stone and across 2 cattle guards before he hit the open road on Zach's walk. Zach the roadie closed and lonely through the night for several miles in either direction. No house, no light. Why'd he take his clothes off one by one? All we know for sure is he was going, gone on Zach's walk. Zach, first car that passed said, what's that animal thinking? Second was old Joe, but old Joe was drinking. Third just saw his shadow, swerved, blew their horn. Whatever they saw just kept a weeble, weeble, wobbling on Zach's. Where was he going? Zach's. Have no way of knowing. Zach's. Change is coming soon when the earth goes heat. Sky boom, boom. Zach's. Everybody, here we go. Zach's. You can take a walk with your fingers in the night if you like. Zach's. Zach's. The cruiser at the gravel in their driveway, flashing blue and red. At 5 a.m. he knocked on the door and Mom and Dad flew out of bed. In the beam of the trooper's flashlight he said,
Do you have a son?
he's sleeping, said his father.
Wrong. We found him about 2 miles away.
Was all his folks could say. Then the beam of the trooper's flashlight found a face to dance upon. Through the windshield of the cruiser was Zach in the back, come back from Zach's. They kissed him, were you lost? Not really. They hugged him, how'd you get so far? No big dealie. They asked him, were you scared? And he said, I missed my mom when the earth went hit in the sky. Was that lightning and thunder? The trooper said,
No. The sky was clear and the quarry closed.
But 3 separate sources said the sound that filled the dawn was the earth and the sky talking to their son. It was the earth and the sky talking to their son on Zach's. Where was it going? Zach's. Have no way of knowing. Zach's. Change is coming soon when the earth goes heat. Sky boom, boom. Zach's. Everybody, here we go. Zach's. Zach's. Yeah, yeah. Zach's. experienced one of the first harsh realities of life in the political realm. I was banished from my parents' bed. It's interesting, you see what happens when you experience these things young. But I used to go and crawl in between them, you know, that valley, that very sacred valley between Mount Mom and Mount Dad. Small and quick, and you get in there and it's warm, it's safe, and if they're not too sleep deprived, there's actually, you can feel love coming at you. It's palpable at that age. When I was 5, I'd reached the ripe tonnage of 35 pounds. That was too heavy, so every time I put a little paw on the bed, one of them would wake up and banish me. The last time it happened, my mother said, "Why are you crying?" I was crying. I said, "I'm afraid of monsters." And she said, "Come on, we'll dig a monster trap." And I was simultaneously, it was this weird, I was elated and I was terrified because it was the first time she admitted they exist. And it was the first time she offered to do something constructive about them. So we went out in the hallway and I said to her, "I'll get the shovels." This was the second floor of a little townhouse in the south side of Chicago. The only shovels we had were snow shovels with the edges all curled up from having hit the cement. And in my 5-year-old brain at 3 in the morning, I was trying to think, how do those get through a hardwood floor? Well, she's the mom. So she said, "No, monsters are imaginary. So we will use..." And we did. We dug with these imaginary shovels right in the hardwood floor. And she was serious the whole time. It was great. And then she said, "Here, we'll cover it with an imaginary rug. Now you jump over the hole into your room, and every time the monsters try to come in, they'll fall in the hole, and you'll be safe." And every monster fell in the hole, and I know this because I'm here to sing for you tonight. So it worked. But I never forgot that valley between Mount Mom and Dad. When I was young, I did not know what people meant when they said so and so was sleeping together. Because when Mom and Dad were fast asleep, I'd tiptoe, creep between, we'd all be sleeping together. I only knew between the two, my dreams were better, and all my fear disappear, sleeping together. Sleeping together. We'd been dating for a week. I finally kissed you on the cheek and said we should try sleeping together. You said that sounds premature. I did my best to reassure. I mean, just sleeping together. You said no tricks, and don't be slick. You slept in your jeans and your sweater. In our cocoon, we lay like spoons, sleeping together. Hush, be still. Feel the beating of my heart. Hush, be still. This is where the music starts. Sleeping together. Sleeping together. Sleeping together. Once when I was curled up with somebody very special, I had one of those half awake, half asleep kind of reverie dreams. And in this reverie, our bodies were made of music. I didn't actually imagine the idea. I heard it. I could hear every time we took a breath. It was like a chord came out of our bodies. It was like a giant hand had come down out of the heavens and was pressing down the keys of a giant church organ, and the sweetest music was coming out. Our fingers were like the harmonics, our hair was like the overtones, and every time we moved a little bit, if we shifted, the chord would change ever so subtly, and the music just continued all through the reverie for a long time. And I've discovered a way to recreate this. When I sing the word sleep, if you all find a note that harmonizes with it, take a deep breath and sing it softly, you'll hear what I heard in a dream. Someday when we're old and gray, of looks and lust have passed, I pray we're sleeping together. Now I lay me down to sleep, pray that love will keep us sleeping together. Our bodies lay like notes sustained, we're music together. The warmest chord I've ever heard, breathing together. Sleep together, softly. Sleep together. Here's a long sleep. I was traveling and had some music on the stereo. Do you recognize it? You know the words too, right? Jesu, joy of man's desire. So if you'll do that, I'll do the part that was channeled to me in Virginia. I was traveling on Route 81 through Virginia when suddenly I saw the flashing blue lights. I pulled over as fast as I could, but the officer was unimpressed, and he said 83 and a 65. That's reckless driving, 6 points on your license. I'll see you in court, I said. Jesu, joy of man's desire. But dear sir, I'm a lowly musician, have mercy, I'm only a child. Holy wisdom, love most bright. Look, I drive for a living, and oh, did I mention that I got a similar ticket last Wednesday? Also in Virginia, I'm dead, yes I'm dead. Then he said, there's a way to escape. If you get your speedometer checked and they find it was broken, you're free. Drawn by thee, our souls aspire. My mechanic was clear, your speedometer's fine, but we could say it's not. Soar to uncreated light. Have you heard of the tale of the man who was trapped in a flood, saying God will provide when along came a raft, then a boat, then a plane, but he drowned because he waved them along, saying God will provide, and God said, hey, I sent you a raft and a boat and a plane. Well, that's just how I felt with this man. Word of God, our flesh, that fashion, how could I turn him down? After all, through him God had provided. I know it's illegal, but I could do worse. With the fire of life impassioned, traffic court is a joke, and I know that to lie is bad karma, but faith is a luxury I can't afford. Striving still to truth unknown. If I leave this to fate, then they might take my license away for a year. Soaring, dying round thy throne. With no license, no concerts, I just can't afford it. Look, God has provided. Or is this a test? Am I going to hell? No, 'cause Jews don't believe in that place. But it's here in my head. 'Cause they lowered my first ticket down to improper equipment, and I felt so guilty I thought I would die. So when my second court date arrived, I withheld the false document, and they still let me off. Glory to God. Is the only number ever needs to say when counts in the new math, because plus one makes, it's true, one. It's the new math, one. Here's what I mean. One day in a distant land, woman and one man, one thing led to another, was a father, one was a mother, one day a daughter and a son, 1 year later another. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes human race on the run. One will run for the president, will run 'cause they can't pay the rent, runs covert operations. One will run with no destination. One says wait, it's just not fair, plate full and one plate bare. One flaw after another, one solution, add them all together. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. Here we go. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes. By one those tribes scattered, one got thin and one got fatter, one got cake, one got the batter, in the gutter, one up the ladder, one hangs with the Hitler youth, one marches Martin Luther's truth, one sings to the secret police, one goes trekking after Mother Teresa, one plays peekaboo with a baby girl, plays checkers with an arsenal, up a mountain just to get air, one pops wheelies in a wheelchair. One likes Jesus, one likes judo, one Yogananda ala goddess, the Buddha. One says, wait, how do you pick a path? One solution, new math. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. Here we go. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1 to 1, and the lonely one to wonder where it's leading to. Wonderful wondrous thing. One way, the way we're going. One. Bottling up his anger like a bomb. Drinking coffee, he's just too calm. One in the wilderness, living like a fox. Hanging curtains in a cardboard box. Sleeping off a 3-day drunk. In a think tank, thinking all that can be thunk. In the garden with nothing but a stick. Couch potato, click, click, click. One channel Bambi, one channel Bond. One channel people, channel voices from beyond. One voices, what a great equation. Solution with a million variations. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes 1. Here we go. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 makes. It makes. Last part's different, I'll say some words. You guys say the opposite. One goes up and one goes down. One is square and one is. One will smile and one will. One is lost and one is. One is hot and one is. One is young and one is. One is silver, one is gold. One gets bought and one gets sold. One goes left and one goes right. One by day and one by. One is dark and one is light. One is black and one is white. One says yes and one says no. One goes fast and one goes high, one goes low. Everyone says one, one, one. Everybody all together, one. I was telling some folks during the break, I've been reading a book called The Lemon Tree. Lemon Tree is the story of two families whose lives become intertwined, a Palestinian family and an Israeli family. And through, I'm not done, I've got about 10 more pages to go, and it's like they haven't worked it out yet. There's so much love and caring between the two families, and they haven't worked it out. And then I go, oh yeah, they haven't worked it out yet, the whole thing. And it's maddening. And at the same time, life goes on. And that's the thing. Life just keeps going on. And just like in your story, life keeps going on. And we have to come up with ways to explain this crazy world. It's just, if you don't have theories that you believe, then it's just too hard. So I'm going to tell you some theories I have. Share my theories. And I put them in a song so that they can be remembered. And here's and I've found that the trick when you make a theory is to invent a name for your theory that has a lot of syllables so that it sounds like a real thing. For instance, there is the theory of why the earth looks so sad and mournful in places where battles have happened. Like if you go to a Civil War battleground, the trees, just like, the grass looks like the hair from the soldiers' heads, this weeping heads and tears and hair hanging down. The birds sound mournful. And it's like the land is echoing the trauma of the past event. It's called biomorphic resonance. The biology has morphed to resonate with the history. And I made that up. And it's like, it's just biomorphic, you know. So you can do this too. And here's some more theories. I have a theory, yeah. I have a theory, yeah. I have a theory, everyone and everything under the moon and sun is here to teach, guide, and set you straight so you can self-transubstantiate. I mean, for instance, look at the trees exploding up like manifest destiny. See how they reach to the light, exploding up through the darkest night. And when the way they always hold their ground, remaining rooted to the earth deep down. They're strong and flexible, bend in the breeze. If that's what's needed, home to birds and bees. How they breathe in what we breathe out, and give it back clean and free, no doubt. And when they die, they are reborn as stalls, walls, doors, floors, and barns. I have a theory, yeah. I have a theory, yeah. Another theory, wherever you go, you always find the same people with variations on the entities. We live in polymorphic tribal matrices, and this is why my first girlfriend was a brunette who was pre-med. And then this blonde, she was cool. She moved to Chicago for medical school. And number 3 was strong-willed. She left for medical school in Chapel Hill. And number 4 I met at a dance. She was a physician's assistant. I don't know why it goes this way. It's kinda weird, I know, what can I say? Except wherever you go, there you will be with your extended karmic family. I have a theory, yeah. I have a theory, yeah. Another theory I surmise you cannot see till you close your eyes. Then the truth will be revealed. Things that normal sight keeps concealed. For instance, sometimes you see someone thin and tall, 6'1". Everything seems fine and right until you go to sleep that night. And as you see them in your mind's eye, they look different, 12 feet high, and have a strange astral glow, like a fairy tale long ago. Somehow this mythical incarnation seems like genuine information, 'cause you have seen their inner essence true, their metacarnal archetypal residue. I have a theory, yeah. Everybody get a theory, yeah. Another theory, there was a time before history when people tried to isolate features of their race, to cultivate a body type and face. So the king, chief or head of state, would have them bring the candidates, and they would breed for selective genetics, transgenerational eugenics. And throughout history, features recur in strange creatures with divine allure. Nicole Kidman, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Halle Berry, Uma Thurman, Sharon Stone. There's probably one in your neighborhood. You wonder, how do people look so good? It seems to happen almost randomly. I mean, you've seen their parents, right? How can it be? I have a theory, yeah. Everybody needs a theory, yeah. Another theory, everything. The traffic jam, the hornet sting, is like a message, special delivery for inter-entity connectivity. Like when you hurry through Home Depot, can't find what you want, where do the salespeople go? It's a conspiracy, I know they're hiding. Check every aisle, even aluminum siding. And when you finally give up, you spy one smiling orange apron guy. You say, I need supplies for cutting plexiglass. And he says, son, I'm so glad you asked, 'cause I was doing that myself at home. You'll need now this and this. Here, you can go. You realize without that guy, you'd have done it wrong. My savior, coup d'etat, one more verse for my song. I have a theory, yeah. Everybody get a theory, yeah. One more theory. Everyone has their own theories, that will be done. We live in multiple realities, polytectonic phenomenology. And this is why we have New York, where they mean have a nice day when they say, hey, dork. This is why we have LA, where they mean you're a dork when they say, have a nice day. And while the bombs drop in Kabul, folks in Rio swim in their swimming pools in $200 swimwear. Could feed a Burmese family for a year. So pick your theory and wear it well. This could be heaven or it could be hello, operator, please give me number one. Oh, that's me, and you too, what fun. I have a theory, yeah. Everybody need a theory, yeah. Come on, come on, come on, get your theory, yeah. Now it's time to get a theory, yeah. Here are 3 true stories that I learned in the place that you all can go to have your faith in humanity restored. Someone in the front row said, where's that? It's a place you can go anytime. The Greyhound bus. Because you get on the bus, you settle in, it's not comfortable. And pretty soon, you fall asleep. When you wake up, the people around you who you do not know will smile at you. And you will think, what happened while I was asleep? And this happened so many times I was thinking about it, I realized what happened is you were totally vulnerable. And they let you live. And now you have a history together. Based on
Bush wasn't there.
That's true. That's true. I get it. But the thing is, you wake up, they let you live, you have this history together based on nothing but that trust. You haven't had anything to interrupt it at all. And so now you have permission to tell each other your life stories. Here are 3 true stories from a 72-hour bus trip from Asheville to Pocatello, Idaho. Never again. Met a man on the bus. He'd come 2,000 miles across the country just to get his daughter out of a jam she had to sell. She had to go to court. She charged her boyfriend with abuse. It gets more complicated. They'd already had a child after living together a year, but the state took it away for child neglect. That's when the trouble started. They said she could not have it back until she went through drug rehab, had an apartment and a cash flow. That's a heck of a lot to ask of a woman who just turned 19, said her father, then he looked out the window. Do you wonder at such intimate information shared by strangers on a medium of mass transportation? I swear these were the details we discussed, rolling through the smoky Blue Ridge, Appalachian dust, on the bus, riding on the bus. Met a boy on the bus. He'd come 2,000 miles across the country just to join the military, 'cause in his neighborhood in Florida, folks would shoot at him for his gym shoes. It gets more complicated. He was 17 years old, he was 5'2", with an earring in his nose. On his ebony skin was a blue homemade gang tattoo. His mama had said the safest place for you, child, is boot camp in Seattle. We took turns waking each other in the night for transfers in Knoxville and St. Louis. Everywhere we went he carried a blanket, until a man from Lexington called him Linus. Somewhere in Kansas he got on the wrong line, the wrong bus. We got on the right one just in time. Do you wonder, had a bond so instantaneous, shared by strangers on a transitory circumstance so miscellaneous? I swear this was the nature of our trust, blowing through the wheat fields, golden grape plains, dust on the bus, riding on the bus. I met a woman on the bus. She'd come 2,000 miles across the country just to get her husband out of a jam. Had to go sell her paintings to pay the bills till he got sober. It gets more complicated. On the reservation she would hunt with her hat, throw it in the air. Rabbits thought it was a hawk. They'd run for cover in a hollow log, and she'd get them out using a pointy stick. She told me it was messy but effective. She taught me a secret Indian recipe for getting rid of the gamey flavor. Boil 3 times, throw away the water. Most important, when you put it in the oven, add a package of Lipton's instant onion soup mix. Do you wonder at such tangential esoterica shared by strangers on the asphalt of America? I swear this was the nature of our trust, winding through cathedral pines, north woods frost on the bus, riding on the bus. We're riding on the bus. Come along with us. It's a great big bus. There's room for all of us. Got a lot to discuss. Come along with us. It's a great big bus. Come along with us. Riding on the bus. What kind of cat hangs out in a house? House cat. What kind of cat hangs out in an alley? Alley cat. And what kind of cat is a chocolate candy bar? Kit Kat. Kit Kat. What kind of cat are you? What kind of cat are you? Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? It gets harder. What kind of cat has the first name of Tom? Tomcat. And what kind of cat is really, really scared? What kind of cat hangs out at Kinko's? What kind of cat is actually a fish? Catfish. What kind of cat breaks into places at night? Cat burglar. What kind of cat hangs out with Batman? Catwoman. What kind of cat has 1,000 legs? Caterpillar. What kind of cat has a big expensive car? Cadillac. What kind of cat are you? Put your hands together. What kind of cat are you? Sounds good. Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? 2 finger claps put on your thinking cap. What kind of cat is a great big disaster? Catastrophe. What kind of cat's an even bigger disaster? Cataclysm. What kind of cat rhymes with that and is a long religious recitation? What kind of cat's connected? And what kind of cat's connected to the engine of a car? You guys are good. What kind of cat facilitates a chemical reaction? What kind of cat is a group of things that are similar? What kind of cat comes in the mail from Sears? And what kind of cat is a whole bunch of cows? Cattle! What kind of cat are you? Hands together, what kind of cat are you? Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? 2 finger claps put on your thinking cap. What kind of cat throws stuff over the wall of a castle? And what kind of cat tunnels under the castle? Catacomb. What kind of cat floats on 2 pontoons? What kind of cat takes a picture inside your body? What kind of cat obscures your vision? What kind of cat's being followed by Homeland Security? Cat Stevens. What kind of cat is the capital of Nepal? Kathmandu. And what kind of cat carries your golf clubs? Caddy. What kind of cat are you? Hands together. What kind of cat are you? Tell me true. What kind of cat are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cat are you? 2 finger claps put on your thinking caps because the next ones are not on the CD. You'll have to think. What kind of tick cures bad breath? What kind of tick is a game with X's and O's? What kind of tick makes you giggle? What kind of tick blasphemes the Bible? Heretic. And what kind of tick goes crazy under the moon? Lunatic. What kind of tick runs our country? Politic. And what kind of tick lives on the neck of your dog? Tick! Alright, let's do some more. I think we could make them up together, actually. Let's do... Any animal out there that you guys want to do?
Pigs. Fly.
We did pigs earlier today, but... Fly.
Turtle.
Let's try flies. What kind of fly... Huh? What kind of fly is easy to catch in the outfield? Fly ball. Pop fly. And what kind of fly?
Who hangs out with olive oil?
What kind of fly hangs out with olive oil?
Popeye.
Okay, I see we're doing pops. No, that's good, but we're doing fly. I like your brain. We're from the same tribe, you and me. And what kind of fly do you tell? Don't bother me. And what kind of fly do you want to make sure is in the right position before you get on stage? Your fly. And does anyone have one more? Okay, but someone come up with one last sing.
I was in Back to the Future.
That's a good one. All right, let's do cows. What kind of cow is a boy who rides a horse? What kind of cow is a boy who rides? No. What kind of cow is a girl who rides a horse? Almost. And what kind of cow is a bell? What kind of cow do you sit on to watch TV? What kind of cow do you cook on? Counter. And what kind of cow is really busy until next Tuesday? Accountant. And what kind of cow is timid and scared? Coward. And what kind of cow? Any others? What kind of cow? Stands up straight on your head. Cow lick. And what kind of cow? Do you not want to step in? Cow pie. And what kind of cow? Just had a baby. What was the answer? Oh, a heifer. And according to the children at my concert in South Carolina, whose accents are a little different, what kind of cow do you use to do your math homework? We can come up with a climax here. Someone, what kind of cow? Just say the definition. What kind of cow did Harry Carey say every time they hit a home run? Holy cow. And what kind of cow do you say when you're surfing the waves? Cowabunga. What kind of cow are you? What kind of cow are you? Tell me true. What kind of cow are you? I'll give you the clue. What kind of cow are you? That's all my clue. The song is through. Give yourselves a round of applause. was a rainy night. I was sleeping in a cabin located behind a good friend's house. I came out in the morning and a mystical, magical, religious experience happened, and I went into my friend's house singing about it, just a little simple refrain. My friend said, "Oh, that happened to me out there too. We need to put this in a song." She and I spent the rest of the day writing that song, and then her husband came home that night and finished it for us. He had had the same experience in the cabin. You too can have this experience. The song serves as a recipe. The steam begins to rise. It slowly effervesces, leaves a crinkling under sweet caresses. I cherish this moment of natural bliss. Nothing's missing when I'm pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing till you start pissing outside. It's a sing-along. Pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing till you start pissing outside. Well, a rock, a bush, a shrubbery, a tree. You can go anywhere you please. There's so many things that you can christen. So make it like your mission and just start pissing outside. Pissing outside. Don't know what you're missing till you start pissing outside. My favorite place is in the virgin snow. Find a fresh canvas and let it flow. Sign your name and watch it glisten. This is the part where people say this is a guy religious experience song, but the truth is my friend Nance wrote it with me. She insisted that women can write their name in the snow with just a little hip finesse.
It's the dotting the I that takes skill.
Unless you're in Alaska, then your task is to go faster, cause it freezes and you have to walk backwards while you're pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing till you start pissing outside. So be up, back to nature, saturate or do it like the wild creatures do. It'll keep you sane. It's a subtle synergy, a synchronistic energy. When you're peeing in the rain, I'm peeing in the rain. Just peeing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I'm happy again. I'm part of the storm, though my part is warm. Just peeing in the rain. Over in France, no holds barred. They pee on walls and the sides of their cars. That's why they call them Europeans. So listen, you wanna get culture, you just start pissing outside. Pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing till you start pissing outside. Last time, everybody pissing outside. Ooh, pissing outside. You don't know what you're missing until you start pissing outside. So join the timeless league of squatters, moms and daughters, when your water's outside. Because the grass is always greener when you water with your wiener. Outside, outside, outside. Thanks to the Eckerts. Thanks to Randall Williams. Thank you.
Funny thing happened on Thursday. A promoter in Boston called me and said, "Why don't we cancel your Saturday gig?" And I said, okay. So it's actually really rare that I'm not working on a weekend, but this is one where I'm not. And so I thought, yeah, that's right, now I am. Summer's over in New England, now the greens are going red. The breeze that kept us cool last month picked up an icy edge. Now there's magic in the air. The days are getting shorter now, earth hardens to the plow. Sleeps for a season, then life breaks through the ground, and those seedlings grow to leaves. Leaves fall from the trees. So ride this one around, around, around. Sing just that part with me. Ride this one around, around, around. Let's do it again. Ride this one around, around, around. Another round around the sun. Mayor played here, didn't he? 'Cause I've never been much older than what I am today. I know so much left to learn, left to listen, not to say, all the beauty of it all. Whoever could have known what another year would bring, like learning to play banjo, finally going to Mexico, falling in love. All those sweet little things. This is the choir part. Ride this one around, around, around. Your turn by yourselves. Ride this one around, around, around. Do it again. Ride this one around, around, around. Another round around the sun. Spring and summer, trees push leaves to the sky, smiling as they're falling down, but soon they'll brown and die. Those leaves fall to the ground feeds the trees, and the trees feed the leaves. So now we're walking into winter, wondering what this year will bring. But soon enough the snow will melt, the sky will blue, the birds will sing. The earth turns to summer, turns to fall, turns to winter, turns to spring. So ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around, around. Ride this one around, around.